I think when we think about the Catholic mental health ministry and mental health ministry in general, we all speak about kind of stigma attached to mental illness. And I happen to study psychology, not out of my choice, and I don't remember. I don't know also why Archbishop Pavel chose me to study psychology. I would have preferred theology. Anyway, he might have noted something psychological in me. Anyway, he chose the course and sent me. And with that, usually psychologists don't become bishops. Actually, bishops are dealing with the psychologists as problem cases. And when I was made a bishop, all the psychologists got new hope that, there is no need to be desperate. They also have a chance to become a bishop. And when I went abroad and I spoke with a professor in one of the universities, and I introduced myself. He asked me, what did you study and so on. So I told him that I did psychology at Gregorian. And then he asked me, then also you became a bishop. So that may be the beginning of doomsday, he said, the end of the world. Anyway, slowly, stigma is changing, and we are seriously thinking about mental health, even in our schools, especially in the schools in Kerala. Government has introduced counseling to all students, and in the realm of church also, in the field of formation. You might be remembering the 2008 document on priestly formation, the use of psychology in formation. So Vatican is also giving more importance to the introduction of psychological tools in priestly and religious formation. Anyway, this is the need of the time, I feel, because I always think that, sometimes we think that being spiritual is the answer to everything. Of course, faith in Jesus Christ is the answer for everything. But being spiritual does not guarantee mental health. That is our experience. Sometimes we can see some of the great spiritual fathers spending their retirement life in great psychological distress situations. And we wonder, they were so much spiritual. What happened to them? Once they are retired, they cannot find a balance in life. So being spiritual or saying prayers or making a retreat does not guarantee our mental health. And I think if you are really spiritual, you will be open to you will be open to help in a mental health way. That can be. If you are spiritual, you will be open to different realms of our existence, and you will be respecting the different sciences, how they can help us. But sometimes we think that, being spiritual is the answer to everything. If a personality disorder is found in a person, there is no use sending her or him to a spiritual retreat. You will have to deal with in a psychological way. You will have to send him to the right person who can help him or her. You might have heard about the World Vision International. So that is a Protestant evangelical organization, a charity organization which had branches all over India. And you might have heard about the founder, Robert Pierce. And you might have heard about what happened to him. Actually, he had a family. Slowly, he lost all a healthy contact with his family. But he was traveling all over the world, helping people. Many millions of people were helped through his organization. And he was a man of faith. He was out of his deep faith in God. Actually, he started this organization. But he had two daughters. If I remember correctly, he had two daughters. One daughter committed suicide, and she always complained about his unavailability. And but he was always worried about his charity work. And later, at a time, his life became so disordered that his own organization, World Vision International, ousted him from their board of directors. Then afterwards, he began another organization. See, he was full of energy, so enthusiastic to help people. And later, he died of leukemia. And later, one of his daughters wrote the life history of his parents, her parents, and she was narrating all the episodes of their family life. So later, people would say that his ministry was successful, but his personal life was a failure. That means his ministry was successful, but he was not worried about his mental health, his health in the family, and his relations. So that is something to be taken for all of us. I may be a successful bishop. That does not guarantee that I am a healthy person, you see. So that is why we say that especially the modern leadership theories, they give importance not only to efficiency and productivity. Usually the leadership theories were giving extra focus to productivity and efficiency. But nowadays they have added one more element, health also. Health of the leader, that is also something that counts. So if I am not worried about, or if I'm not caring for my health, my mental health, I don't think that it is going to help my diocese, because it will have all consequences, all negative consequences for my ministry also. Therefore, we need to focus more on this, and we need to include a curriculum that will help us better our mental health, especially in our seminaries and especially among our sisters. So that is a very important thing. And Sister Joanne asked me to share something about the youth and mental health. I'm not going to make a long speech, because that will affect your mental health. So I will say a few words and conclude. Our ministry, I feel that this Catholic mental health ministry has to assume the form of a more formative endeavors, because I feel that all these mental problems, they have genetical. Most of them have genetical reasons, but something can be better dealt with in healthy families. So our focus should be to make our families more healthy. The marital life, it has to become more healthy. You see, in Kerala, I would say, our youngsters are migrating to Europe, America, and all the countries possible. I think if it goes like this, they will even migrate to Pakistan at a time in search of jobs, because there are no jobs here in Kerala. For them, easy job is not found here, no job security. So they are migrating. And so if you go to some of our big parishes, you will see very few youngsters there. Okay, one reason is a social one, that they lack jobs here. They have no guarantee for jobs here. But another major point, I would say, is the lack of self-esteem of our children, our youth. They are not courageous enough to deal with the hurdles of life. They are actually escaping. They are not even courageous enough to appear for a competitive exam, because they are all looking for the easy way to get a job. So it is better to study some German and to get some loans, a big amount of money, and then migrate to some place. They will get a lot of money there. And what job you're going to do, I have no idea. I saw 2 engineers in Germany doing some job in care homes. And I asked them whether they were happy. They said that, oh, we are not very satisfied, but we have money, that's enough for the time being. Engineers working in care homes, that means what was their formation for? They were trained for becoming engineers, but they are finding some job. That is all. And one reason is that the pampering in our families, where our parents fail to make our children capable of dealing with the challenges of life. They are providing them with everything. No challenge is provided, so that they cannot actually, they are not even able to, they are not capable to deal with the stress, deal with challenges. So they are looking for easy ways. So we need to concentrate more on our families. We need to tell our people to be more happy in the families, to laugh aloud in the families, not to simply complain, to make the family atmosphere very negative. Most of our families are having negative atmosphere now. They don't say anything good about anybody. They are simply saying negative things. They are complaining. They are accusing. They are simply ruminating about the past things. And our children, they are fed up with the families because they don't find a kind of joy in being together with their parents. So that is the major reason why our children lack a kind of self-esteem. What is a self-esteem actually? What does it mean? Self-esteem is a conviction that I'm not all alone. There is someone with me. People love me. People care for me, and I can do certain things. No need to be afraid of the world. So that is self-esteem. So that has to be imparted through proper family relationships, and that is actually lacking. I would say. I think the focus of the church has to be more in creating healthy families, emotionally healthy families. That is very important. I have read a few books of Peter Scazzaro, a Protestant minister. He has profusely written about emotionally healthy spirituality, emotionally healthy church, emotionally healthy families. And recently I heard that he has taken patent also for everything starting with emotionally healthy. But his books are very good. He is giving a perspective to the emotionally healthy, emotional health aspect of our life. And also some children who have been going through early experiences of abuse, child abuse. In India, the situation is worse. According to 2011 statistics, I don't have any recent statistics, 56% of our children are either sexually or physically abused in their early age. So that is an alarming statistics, 56%. And these children who are going through abuses, when they grow into adulthood, they will be having a lot of emotional issues. And no one will be able to understand what's going on inside. They will say that, we have provided these children with everything, but still they are not coming according to our expectations. But they have gone through something which they can't actually verbally express. So there is a great pain that they are keeping inside. My PhD thesis was on attachment theory of John Bowlby. And he was bringing out a very important aspect which we always neglect: the mourning or the sadness, distress of children. So that is very important. Usually we don't take into consideration the distress of our children. Oh, children, they have no problem. Only adults have problem. No. Our children are actually crying inside. They are going through intense negative experiences. And they are mourning. The experience of mourning is there. And we need to address that experience also. And also, now coming to the drug addiction, and also all types of addictions, cyber addiction of our youngsters. Why are they going into that? Because they are not finding a kind of they are not finding an excitement in a normal life. That's why they are depending on these chemical substances. And also cyber addiction, which has grown especially during the COVID days, when we were all locked up. This internet was the only consolation, and many have become cyber addicts, and that has taken away all their vibrance, all their enthusiasm, and people are highly dependent on these things. There also, we need to elaborate the social life of our children. In my days, in our childhood days, our parents were scolding us to stop playing. It is time to study. Now the parents are asking, they are actually they are begging to their children, please go out and play for some time, because they are always locked up inside the rooms. And I heard that in a major seminary, when during the hours of mobile phone use, no brother is coming out of the room. They are all inside. So if you want to implement rule of silence in the seminary, better to allow mobile phones. They will be very calm. They will not talk to anyone. So that's a reality that we need to address. So there also, the problem is that they are not finding any excitement in playing with their peers, playing with their friends. And do they have friends? I don't know. So that is also another issue. And cyber addiction, cyberbullying, and also violence among youth. Recently in Kerala, maybe last year or the year before last, we were seeing many incidents of violence in our campuses. Students killing each other. It was something new to us. We never thought that, okay, it was during the time of violent political unrest. There were certain instances, but recently we were not hearing. And year before last, we had to read certain stories of violence among youngsters. And one boy falls in love with a girl, and when that girl is reluctant to marry him, he's going and killing that girl. What is it actually? So is it proper love, romance, or a kind of addiction? Are they not? Is it not simply an obsession? So what is the difference between obsession and proper love? So I think we need to help our children and the youngsters to discern what is proper love and what is obsession. So all these are very relevant themes for us, which we need to address, especially in these days. And our youngsters, one issue of Outlook magazine was all about the influence of Korean movies among our youngsters. Korean movies, they are highly violent movies, and also very sexually explicit movies. And our youngsters are fond of Korean movies, Korean songs, and everything. So you see, their world is quite changing, and their world and their social media attention, everything is quite different. Sometimes we think that all the problems happening in the church, our youngsters know about it. No, they are unaware of all these things happening in the church. And sometimes, when I attend some young youth program, parish priest will introduce me. Oh, this bishop is very active on social media. You might have heard many of his speeches on social media. And these youngsters will stare at me. We have never listened to you on social media. You see, we have never seen you on social media, because their interest is quite different. They have not even seen us on social media, you see. They are seeing someone else. So their world is quite different. And how can we give better formation to them? And all these things need to be addressed. My dear friends, so this conference is very relevant. And but we need to translate everything into some formation training programs. Otherwise, concretely, nothing will happen. You see, everything will happen on a conference level or on the level of ideas. We need to implement proper training programs and catch them young. That is the best thing. Instead of giving some lessons to some training to youngsters, I would say catch them young, catch them at a tender age, so that they can they can understand something and assimilate certain things. And a big congratulations to the this Catholic Mental Health Ministry team, especially to Father Shinto, Sister Joanne, because we just started this ministry last year, or yeah, just in a brief span of 1 year, it has become a big thing in the Catholic Church. You see, Bishop Lumen has traveled all this distance from Agartala to Changanacherry, means this CMHM has become a big ministry. And big congratulations to Father Shinto and Sister Joanne. Sister Joanne is very young, you see, and her photo shown here was very young. Huh? But we don't find any difference, you see. And she is traveling all over India and giving wonderful courses to many groups. So they are actually they're a wonderful team, and their organization is very laudable, and I congratulate all of them. And Father Santosh is also supporting them, and so it is a nice experience to have hosted such a great conference. Thank you very much. Wonderful days ahead. God bless you.